And welcome. It is the daily Kickass show over here on the online channels across the universe of the internet. Welcome. Wherever you are watching from, this is Simon Lovell from Fitpreneurs.com. As always, it's great to have you here on the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about unleashing your true potential, okay? I want you to maximize every opportunity that you have to change more lives. And so what I've done is I've put together this sequence today to be able to help you move forward. So you can see I'm donning the meditation t-shirt today. This t-shirt was actually gotten at the Chopra Center, which is actually here in San Diego. So Deepak Chopra, who is a well-known spiritual teacher, he actually lives in La Jolla. I have no idea where his home is, but I'm currently in La Jolla. And if you're into spiritual development and growth and you like to meditate, hello Spencer, welcome, then this is where I got the t-shirt from. I've got this. Has anyone ever used one of these? This is called the back nodger. You can see here, this is the back nodger. So if you happen to have any knots, then you can just use this at your pleasure. So there you go. Post into the comments below, where are you watching from? Where are you currently in the gym? Are you at home working on training plans with clients? I would love to know. And as always, let's make the show interactive, fun, and as always, be answering some of your questions. Now remember guys that these videos are also part of a bigger playlist that gets updated daily over at YouTube. So just head to fitpreneurs.com/kickass where you can get access to that playlist. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and keep tuning in. Remember, the more that you've got positivity up here and education, the more that you are able to move forward. And I want you to not be average, but be completely exceptional in your business so that you can really impact and change more lives. Spencer is in Arizona. I've not been there for a while. David, welcome to the show. All right, so today's topic is unleashing your true potential. What does it take to get to the next level? What does it take to stay ahead, especially as things are moving so fast, especially around technology and marketing and all of those things? How do you stay ahead of the curve and make sure that you can ultimately create that outcome, not just for your clients, but also for yourself? It's one thing being of service to others, but you've also got to make sure that you're happy in the process too. So the first thing that I want to talk about is thoughts. Welcome, Linda, to the show. Is your thoughts. We have to be very aware and have the awareness of the thoughts that we're having on a daily basis. And just remember that your thoughts are oftentimes triggered by lots of different external environmental surroundings. Okay, so the thoughts that we have, okay, it's not just about how we're feeling in a moment, but also what's triggering us. And that, remember that every single thought that we have affects the level of action that we take and ultimately the outcome. And so what I want you to do today is just have a think about, like, are your supports supporting where you want to be, or are your thoughts keeping you where you are? Okay, what are the common thoughts that you're having that come up on a daily basis that stop you from reaching your potential? Okay, get a piece of paper and write down, what are some statements you feel are holding you back? Because once we become aware of the thoughts that we're having, and in fact there's a great book by Wayne Dyer called Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, and I'm such a firm believer in this. And the crazy thing is, guys, is that until you start becoming more aware of your thoughts, then you always think that, well, my thoughts are just, I can't change them. Okay? Well, the truth is, if you have the awareness, you can start in any given moment, change the direction of your thoughts, which changes your outcome and changes your results. So what are some statements that might support where you want to be? So what are some I am statements? I am is such a very powerful statement. And if you're working with your clients, how many times are your clients saying, you know, I'm just fat, I'm just overweight, I am this, I am that. And whatever comes after the I am is normally something that shuts your body down. Okay, so we have thoughts that lift us up and move us into action and make ourselves feel good. And then we have thoughts that also bring us down into inaction and procrastination. So just remember that your procrastination, your lack of moving forward, your lack of reaching your potential is really ultimately coming down from the thoughts that you're having. And your thoughts can either elevate someone's confidence or those thoughts can drop someone's confidence. Okay, so our confidence plays a huge role in getting to that next level and quote unquote unleashing that potential that you have. So many people that I encounter and so many trainers, you know, just feel like they should be somewhere. They should be at this next level. And of course we can move forward in a faster way. We also have recognized it's a journey. And that once we start comparing ourselves with each other, that's where the danger lies. However, we also do want to become aware of the thoughts that we're having and also the surroundings that are leading to those thoughts. So maybe one of the statements that you need to have is, I'm an amazing trainer. You know, I'm great at what I do. But how many times do you actually think that? Okay, how many times do you have thoughts where, you know, you feel that, well, I am going to be successful, instead of, you know, I'm a failure. Okay, so those thoughts of I'm a failure, or, you know, when something bad happens and how much time you spend beating yourself up is going to affect you reaching your true potential. So it would be great for you to have more empowering statements that allow you to feel a certain way, because remember, every thought that you have, okay, is making you feel a certain way, and that feeling affects the level of action. Number 2 on reaching your true potential, which is your level of action and commitment. And again, all of these tie together because your thoughts affect your level of action. So what level are you playing at? So I often talk about different levels of action. Are you a part action? Are you a non-action taker? Someone who talks a lot about, you know, taking action and moving forward, but you don't follow through? Why is that a lack of follow through not there? Are you a part action taker? So you start things, but you don't complete them. Maybe you sabotage them. Maybe you sabotage, actually, you have a desire to do it, but that moment that you feel like, oh my God, this is going to be a success, then you find a way to quit. You find a way to exit. And that can also affect you reaching your potential. Or are you a full action taker? Are you someone that gets an idea, you're full into follow through, it's always completed, you're always someone who just always pushes through to make sure that a project goes through and gets executed? Then most likely you're watching this and you're already at a decent level of success and you want to reach that next level, which is awesome. So understand that the level of action that you're taking is going to completely affect the level and, you know, unlocking that true potential that you have within you. But again, it all comes back to those same thoughts. I would love your thoughts on this. Post into the comments below. What's your level of action, your honest assessment on the level of action that you need to take? Or do you need a kick up the ass? If you do, head to fitpreneurs.com/breakthrough, where we are committed to some ass kickery to get you to move, because truth be told, what gets results is knowledge, information, but it's also accountability and those consequences in what if you don't do it. Okay, and that's what helps you get to the next level. Head to fitpreneurs.com/breakthrough if you want your ass kicked. This is Simon Lovell here on Fitpreneurs TV with the Kickass show, and today we're talking about how to unleash your true potential. Number 3, which is you've got to identify your biggest weak area. Okay, in your business, you've got your strengths. You've got the things that you're great at. You've got the things that you naturally feel, you know, I'm in flow when I'm doing this. And maybe you're best when you're on the gym floor. But when you come to start to market and you start to put yourself out there, or maybe sales, or maybe doing certain things, then you really struggle with that. So we have to identify the biggest weak areas in our business that are holding ourselves back from reaching our true potential. Okay, and you've got to make that assessment yourself. So maybe post into the comments below and let's open the discussion with you guys. What do you feel is a weak area for you? What do you feel is an area that if you actually dialed this in, and if you started to master this, okay, that it would have a huge impact on you reaching your potential. And that means you being willing to say, hey, listen, this is an area I need help with. This is an area that for the past few years I've just put it to one side, but finally I've got to make a change, and I've got to actually do that. So James, good to see from you. How's things over in your neck of the woods? I would love to find out. So if you were to look at marketing, then what area of marketing might be a good area for you to start focusing on? Is it copywriting? Is it being able to be better on social media? Do you need to start getting on video and putting your face out there so that people can see you and they want to hire you? So marketing is such a broad topic. We have to remember that within marketing, you've got sub-segments of marketing. So you've got social media, you've got copywriting, you've got funnels, you've got all of these different areas. So we have to go into, where is an area that I want to focus on and start mastering that first and start to get really good at it. All right. Because truth be told, if you don't have the marketing skill set and then even if you have marketing, if you're not able to sell, and those both tie together, obviously, because if you generate a lead but you can't enroll that client, then you're not able to grow your business forward. So this is a big struggle for a lot of people. Hello, Robert. Welcome to the show. This is a struggle for a lot of people because they want to grow their business. They want to have the level of freedom and want to do all the things and have financial freedom. But you've got to also get real around what is the area of mastery where I just need to go, okay, this is something I need to tackle now. Because if I continue for the next 3, 6, 12 months and 3 years, if I don't tackle this, okay, then I'm not going to be able to actually take my business and, more importantly, my impact to the next level. Because remember, reaching your true potential, okay, reaching your true potential is also helping people to impact and change more lives. Okay, so when you start to level up, when you start to delve into the marketing, all the things that are uncomfortable to you right now, then just understand that as you're able to do that and as you're getting better at it, the level of impact that you're creating and how the trajectory of your business moving forward has such a more powerful impact. So number one, we talked about thoughts, the daily thoughts that you have that affects your confidence. We also talked about what's your level of commitment at. Okay, if you want to get to that next level, you have to decide, people say, well, I don't have the time, but, everyone does something different with an hour. Okay, so what I get done in an hour may be different from what someone else gets done in an hour. And so if we're procrastinating, we have to link it back to our thoughts, our mindset. And that's a big thing at Fitpreneurs that we're so strong at with our coaching clients, is working on mindset, working on belief system, working on identity to help all of this flow better. Because when you've got limiting beliefs, when you've got certain confidence issues, it really affects your level of play to be able to implement some of the marketing strategies moving forward. So very, very important there. So next, we also want to look at who is in your network. Okay, so reaching your true potential, you've got to look at who are you around and who's in your network. Just make an honest assessment right now. In your network of people that are around you, are there some masters and people that are complete badasses who you can look up to and be around? Or are people playing on another level? Are the people that you're around reaching their true potential and moving forward and just kind of crushing it and kicking ass? Or are they holding you back? Because if you're the smartest person in the room, okay, then you want to find a new room. That's a very popular quote. I don't know who said that quote, but I've heard it time and time again, and I do think that it's valid, which is you got to look at who are you around. Are you willing to take the steps and start to invest in yourself to be around a peer group that is stretching you? And that could be going to events. It could be just going out to your local events. It could be being part of a mastermind group. It could be being part of a coaching program. And if you're not willing to take that step, then understand that your network is only going to be the people that maybe you've grown up with. It's only going to be the people around that are just, have that negative chatter, and we talked about this in one of the videos previously this week. And make sure you do check out those the YouTube channel, guys. Fitpreneurs.com/kickass is going to redirect you to the YouTube playlist. So very important. I would love your opinions, guys, on this topic. Do you feel like you're reaching your true potential now? What are some areas that you feel you could work on a little bit better? Are you happy with where you're at? Or is there a different area that that is going to help you change more lives, make more revenue, get more clients, and move you into a very different category. Remember, you can be like the majority and you can be like the average, or you can completely start to separate yourselves. Okay? So, when you look at any kind of industry, you have to look at what the majority are doing and then what the minority are doing. What are the 1% doing that's different? Okay? And the level of impact that they're having. Otherwise, just to make the decision to stay average. And I said it before and I'll say it again. You're either kicking ass or you need your ass kicked. Okay? And that's why the name of this show is Kickass. This is Simon Lovell from Fitpreneurs. If you've not already checked it out yet, then make sure that you have downloaded or you've ordered a copy of the new encyclopedia of modern fitness business building. And this is great because it's short, quick chapters on lots of different topics of your business. It's thick, it's big, but you can read it in chunks. Okay, you can actually download a copy at fitpreneurs.com or just order a copy online. It's like $20 and you can get it off Amazon. Check that out. So, as always, guys, post into the comments below. Make this an interactive show. Do you feel like you're reaching your true potential now? What's some of your thoughts? Do you know that you need better thoughts in your mind? Do you know that you actually need to start taking more action? If you're not taking the level of action that you know is helping you reach your true potential, then what's going to specifically need to happen for you to move into action and get your butt into gear? Really important. What's your biggest weak area? What's the area of business that you know that if you start to focus on this, it's going to really help you get ascension and growth and massive growth? We can either get a small amount of growth or we can go at a faster pace. And that's really down to our individual decisions. Really, really important as we move forward. And who's in your network? Okay, who are you around? Who you're surrounding yourself by? What are the conversations you're having? You can have a great network, but are you having quality conversations with people to be able to create joint partnerships, to be able to do business together? Again, just like every hour is not equal, not every conversation is equal either. Okay, so you can go and you can have a great amount of people in your network, but if you're not maximizing that and you're not adding value to your network, then you'll find that it doesn't grow. And I spent a lot of time, in a lot of frustration. And I was so much in need. I spent so much time in desperation, in need. And I would go to events and I would go to networking, parties and things. And I would just be a taker. I would be the person that's just like, give me the break. I need the break. I need I'm desperate. And the challenge with that is that you never end up building your network because people don't want to be around you. But when you're someone who constantly adds value to others and you have that abundance mindset, and even when you are in a bit of scarcity and you don't have the revenue in your business that you want, then it's really important still to provide value from the expertise that you do have. Very, very key. Simon Lovell from Fitpreneurs. If you haven't checked it out, also check out the iTunes podcast. Go and subscribe to that. Also head to fitpreneurs.com and check out some of the amazing stories. One of the biggest things you can do is get motivated, inspired because other people have reached the same levels of success that you want. Okay, just remembering that the thought of, they're different from me is not going to help you to support getting you to that next level. So go and check out some of the stories at fitpreneurs.com. Head to the top menu bar and there will be a section called breakthroughs. Go and check out some of the breakthroughs and just get inspired and motivated, even from just a perspective of you reading something. Maybe that's going to actually up your level of action to go, holy shit, maybe I could do that too. This is Simon Lovell on the Kickass Show, the daily Kickass Show, which also, as a reminder, goes to YouTube. Head to fitpreneurs.com/kickass and become a subscriber of the show and check out the previous episodes where we've covered all things around mindset, sales, marketing, all different areas of your business to help you grow moving forward. But if you feel like it's time that you do need a proper kick-ass, and you are a personal trainer or a nutrition expert or someone who is in the transformational space, head to fitpreneurs.com and apply for the breakthrough call where myself or one member of my team is going to jump on a call with you and find out where you are, where you want to be and what's stopping you from getting there. The truth, a raw, honest conversation, a brutally honest conversation that will get you into gear and help you understand and have clarity around what it's going to take for you to unleash your true potential. Next is commitment to mastery. Okay, commitment to mastery. You know, everyone who's gone into this industry has maybe invested a lot of time in more and more courses. And maybe you've been like, well, I want to deepen my skills here and I want to get better at this. And I want to, learn even more about this topic. Okay, and that's great. Okay, but once you start to master the business side of it, then you start to feel more like I'm getting paid what I'm worth. So, it's really important that you master those areas that you're weakest at, right? Because here's the truth. If you've been investing in all these courses and becoming a great trainer or great nutritionist or great game changer, but you don't have the sales and the marketing, okay, you start to feel this massive sense of like, geez, I'm not paid what I'm worth. I've got all of this knowledge, but what am I doing with it? And even me, okay, or even the super successful people, whatever level you're at, it doesn't matter. We've all got that knowledge, the things that we've learned, but we've not maximized it. And it takes us sitting down, like making lists of like, what do I actually know here? And how can I start to put that into a program or a coaching program or a personal training program or create something new around everything that you know? Because why spend all of that time learning and educating if you're not maximizing that knowledge? Okay, it's time to get real and honest around all of that time investment that you've put into books and courses and seminars and all of the skill set that you've got. You may as well want to maximize that with all the people around the world that need your help. How many people out there could do with your knowledge and your personality most importantly? Because remember, there's learning and there's education, and there's the things that hundreds of people are going to learn from the same student. From the same teacher. But there's also your spin that you're going to put on it. What makes you unique, okay? And remember, people are investing your personality, and your take and your own personal perspective on the implementation of those strategies. Some of you have got very strong views around certain things. Some of you, are into some great sub-niches, areas of mastery, which, just are opening up and are wide open now to big, a large amount of people, especially online. Maybe some of you are watching this and you are, working in a local area and you want to get more clients, but you know that there's an opportunity, all around the world to serve more people. Wouldn't it be great to have loads of email messages coming through? That reminds me of doing the Lunchbox Diet back in 2009. When that was published by HarperCollins, people all around the world messaging you, going, you've had an impact, I know I'm in, XYZ country, but just to let you know, I'm reading your blog and I'm reading your content and it's useful. I'm finding it and it's changing and impacting me. James says, looking to do more teaching and seminars and meeting with Ash to discuss. Awesome. Say hi to Ash for me. So if you guys are watching this now, this studio is in San Diego. And back over the pond, over in the UK, there's a little city called Exeter, and that's where I was brought up. And so James and Ash are over there, back in my home city of Exeter, doing great things. So, as always, guys, make this an interactive show. Post into the comments below. If you've got any questions, if you've got any thoughts, do you feel like you're reaching your true potential? Do you want to get there? Joel, welcome. Are you still in that neck of the woods, or have you moved? I'd be interested to know. Yeah, maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll be back soon. Maybe I'll do a live episode from Fitness First, or I think the other gym that everyone else has gone to. David Lloyd, I think. I don't know. I've not been back in 2 years, so I need to get back over the pond. So I appreciate you and all those fun days back in the city of Exeter. Put a smile on my face. All right, so we're talking today about unleashing your true potential. We talked about thoughts, we talked about confidence, we talked about level of action, level of play. What's your level of commitment? If you want to be somewhere and you're desiring it, and it's like, oh, it's always up here where I want to be, but you're not getting there and you're not moving forward at a pace, and it's snail's pace, we've got to break down, like, why is that happening? Is it your environment? Is it your thoughts? Is it you're not focusing on the right things? Who's in your network? Who are you around? Are they holding you back? Or are they, catapulting you forward? Okay, not all everything is equal. Another thing really important, I spoke about this today. Every freaking day is a self-care day. So today is National Self-Care Day. I just created it, okay? I'm sure there is already a self-care day. But you have to make every single day a self-care day. Why? Because if you're not feeling good, if you don't make that your number one priority every day, then you can't reach your potential because you're not in a great energy space. I was very clear on Tuesday's VIP call with my clients that, listen, if you're not going to practice daily self-care, I'm going to boot you from the program. And there was a commitment that had to be made. Why? Because I'm serious about that. What's the point in running a business if you're not happy? So, business is a struggle. Business is a challenge for a lot of people, and that's okay, because not everyone wants to do it, and not everyone says that they want to be successful. The level of action doesn't match it. But in that journey, in that process, you're going to have challenges that come up. You're going to have problems. So you have to practice self-care as you're growing. Otherwise, you're going to be down like a sack of shit, and you're not going to be able to actually be consistent, okay? Which is one of the next ones, which is you've got to have consistency to get to the next level, okay? Things are evolving so quickly now, okay? If you want to be on top of your game, you just can't get your cert and then go, well, suddenly I'm going to be successful and I'm going to be like Tony freaking Robbins, okay? It's not going to work like that. You have to separate yourself from the average. You can't just get your baseline cert and go to one event and read one freaking book and expect to be like successful. You have to be consistent, you have to manage yourself, you have to master areas, and you have to really delve into making a decision is, how much do I want this? If you look at anyone that's reached the top, okay, there's been a certain level of discipline. There's been a certain level of drive. There's been a certain level of determination. They've had to make sacrifices, let things go, and get freaking focused. And so consistency is key. Having that consistency to plow through during difficult times, and how you master yourself and you master your emotions during difficult times. The next one, and I've talked about this already a little bit, which is innovation. Which is, are you innovating in your industry? Are you moving forward? Are you evolving and growing? If you were to see behind the scenes at Fitpreneurs with everything that's going on right now in my business, you would be shocked. Okay, you see the Facebook Lives, you see the posts I do, and I appreciate everyone following me personally. But there's so much that is happening behind the scenes to be able to get the business to the next level with the team, like daily conversations, just it's immersion, okay? It's a constant grind, okay? Why? Because things are moving forward so fast. So I got to stay up here forward. I got to be forward thinking, and then I've also got to be looking at, data and making moves according to the information that I'm getting back and being responsive. And it's not always going to be perfect, because when you're making these big jumps and leaps, things are going to break down. You're going to fuck up. It's going to get scary. You're going to want to cry. You're going to want to pack it in. You're going to want to, take an easier option and be comfortable, okay? And that's where you have to make the choice. Is that the life that you want, or is that the life that you want to put to one side? And when your commitment is helping people, and when it's about something bigger, it's so much more driven, because you're fueled by the results. You're fueled by the transformation. You're fueled by the help that you're given to someone when you're stepping into that role. So very important that you make sure that you're innovating and you're thinking, where is my industry going? Not where it is. Where are things moving to? How can I stand out? How can I be different? Okay? And if you're not innovating in this area, what's going to happen is that other people are going to start to jump ahead. You're going to start looking at people and going, well, I wish that I had done that. No. Be the person that is being the innovator, and you're spending time going and asking the quality question, which is, how can I be innovative? How can I stay one step ahead? And that's not an average business owner, by the way. Okay, because what most people do, they'll get their certs, they get their qualifications, they get their freaking paycheck, they earn a certain amount a month, and they'll only replace clients once they lose some. That's not this, guys. That's not being a Fitpreneur. Okay, if you want to be a Fitpreneur, okay, and you want to embody that hero, then you've got to be doing all of these things to get to the next level. Number one, changing your thoughts and confidence. Number two, what's the level of action you're taking? If you come into one of our programs, it's an elite program. You're going to have to go into a certain level of action. Otherwise, you're most likely going to get booted out, all right? Because we want to, once you say and you lock in where you want to be, okay, you've got to follow through. You've got to commit, okay? And it's that commitment and discipline that just most people don't want. If you do think that's you, head to fitpreneurs.com/breakthrough and apply for the breakthrough call, where one of my team will jump on a call with you and see if it is a fit for us to kick your ass and get you into motion so that you're changing more lives, making more revenue, and creating the level of freedom that you want in your business. Maybe you want a new car, maybe you want a new home, maybe you want to travel. Is it time finally for you to get serious, or do you want to carry on the way things are going? Do you want to carry on in the negative thinking of one day I wish I would, okay? You've got to take that step. You've got to move forward. So, we've also talked about, making sure that you go into mastery, making sure that you focus on your weak areas. Write down, what is my biggest weak area? What is the one thing that I'm going to focus on? And I'm going to remove for the next 4 weeks or 8 weeks my weekends out, and my weekends of drinking and all the sabotage and entertainment that I'm doing. And I'm going to replace this with mastery into the area that I'm weakest of, because it's more important to me to get to my goal and mission than it is for me to entertain myself. And I recognize that me entertaining myself, doing the things that aren't conducive to where I want to be, is just my own bullshit story that's stopping me from getting to the next level. Okay? If you want to reach your true potential, you've got to make sacrifices. You've got to decide what's more important, entertainment or mastery. Is it entertainment or mastery? Choose mastery. Okay? Very, very key. The next thing is, and we've already talked about it briefly, which is being consistent. Very, very key. So this is Simon Lovell from Fitpreneurs. We have been half an hour now in to the show, and I actually am now late from the gym, which I have no idea for, so I need to leave immediately, and my trainer is going to kick my ass. So officially, this is a Kick-Ass show. And I'm going to get my ass kicked because I'm late for the gym. I'll see you in another episode of the Fitpreneurs.